Good morning and happy Wednesday to the Ungovernables, the Captain's Crew, the LFA family, McGroin Nation, coming to you live from the deep red state of Tennessee on rumble.com/LFA TV. Welcome to Ungoverned. Hot off of another Islanders win last night. Woohoo! Yeah. Oh, we're going to have a lot of fun this morning. We are going to have a lot of fun this morning. I swear, if this OneDrive app opens one more time.
Seatbelts.
Listen, I hit quit like a billion times and it just keeps opening up. Unbelievable. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Happy Trump day, right? It's a Trump day. Wait a second. This little piggy went to market. This little piggy stayed home. And that little piggy wouldn't shut the front door on Air Force One, so I told her to be quiet. How many people are going to hyperventilate over Quiet Piggy today? I think it is. That was one of the funniest things in the world, and I have to get something right off the bat. Let me clarify something. There are, excuse me. There are a lot of people. There are a lot of people who are like, "Oh, that's not what he said."
What did he get? What?
He didn't say piggy, he said Peggy. Because guess what they did? They asked Grok. Grok was like, no, he was talking to a reporter named Peggy something. Wrong. He was talking to a reporter named Catherine Lucy, and he called her Piggy. Just lean into it, guys. Just lean into it. That's all. They have called Donald Trump Hitler, a Nazi, an insurrectionist, a traitor. They've called him a white supremacist. They've called him a racist. They've called him a bigot. They've called him a Cheeto. They've called him fat. They've called him orange. They've called him every name in the book. And by the way, they didn't just stop at Donald Trump. A fascist, you name it, they've called him that name before, okay? They've called him a pedophile. Thanks, Marjorie. I'm supposed to... Her name is not Peggy. Her name is Catherine Lucy. Right? Somebody asked Grok, and that screenshot went viral yesterday that the person's name was Peggy. It's not. Her name was Catherine. Lean into it, folks. I'm telling you right now. Lean into it. Don't make excuses. It's funny. It's funny. Her name was... I thought it was Jennifer Jacobs. Jennifer Jacobs was the one who reported on the story first, and she actually looks like Miss Piggy. Jennifer Jacobs. Catherine Lucy, I don't know her from a hole in the wall. He called her Piggy. Okay. Wait a second. So, according to the left, I'm supposed to be appalled that Donald Trump referred to a reporter as Piggy. Meanwhile, the entirety of the left, the mainstream media, elected Democrats, left-wing personalities on social media, left-wing voters have called not just Trump, but all of us the nastiest names in the book over the course of the last 10 years. 10 years. But I'm supposed to be appalled at Donald Trump saying, quiet piggy? No. Not going to happen. What is going to happen? I'm going to laugh.
It's funny.
I'm going to laugh at everybody who was, oh my God, that's the way to speak to a woman. Okay, what? But it is a way to speak to the media, I think.
It makes me think of, I think it's Biggie Smalls, his Biggie, can't you see?
You know,
Piggy, can't you see?
Well, I used to call Rashida Tlaib the notorious PIG, right? Yeah. Piggy Smalls.
I think the song is Mesmerized.
Biggie, can't you see? Sometimes your words just the word is hypnotize.
Oh, hypnotize, yes. Not mesmerize. Yeah,
it's hypnotize.
Piggy.
Is it? I don't know. Biggie Smalls. Biggie. Listen, here's the problem, right? Here's the problem. There are people who are, they've got their brown paper bags and did you hear what he said? Yeah, I did. I thought it was hysterical. So, for the record, he did say Piggy. He did not say Peggy. Everybody who is pushing that either saw the rumor and said, "Oh, that makes sense." No, he said Piggy. Quiet Piggy is the new I don't really care, Margaret, and I am here for it. Here is that clip from yesterday because I'm sorry. I laughed. I laughed for about, 30 minutes straight. We were sitting on the porch yesterday, and I was laughing. But I was like, he called her. I was hoping that he said it to Yamiche Alcindor, who actually looks like a pig. This is it right here.
Sir,
Yeah,
is there
Jennifer, go ahead,
something
go ahead.
incriminating in the file, sir? Why not acting as
Quiet.
Quiet Piggy. It's better than when Joe Biden said, look, fat. Folks, lean into it, enjoy it, have fun. And I know Marjorie Taylor Greene's probably getting ready to apologize on CNN for, the president of the United States calling somebody a pig. And I guarantee you, Megyn Kelly, she was the one who asked the question, you called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. And Trump was like, only Rosie O'Donnell. I'm sure she's going to have something to say about it today if she addresses it. And do this sanctimonious high road bullcrap. High road, I don't want to take the high road against the left. I want to take whatever road plows right through them and leaves them in shambles. Am I clear? So if you're coming here thinking, oh, well, he's probably going to take issue with quiet. No, I'm not taking. Actually, I want him to do it again today. And then I want him to do it again tomorrow. And then I want him to do it again on Friday as well. And then you know what? For the hell of it, next Monday, give me another Quiet Piggy. Actually, you know what? Why don't we just go right through Old McDonald's farm and call every member of the media a new animal every single day? Why not? We have spent years being called names, nasty names, by the left. And I'm supposed to be appalled that Donald Trump called a member of the mainstream media the inbred swine known as the mainstream media. I'm supposed to be appalled and start apologizing and start wagging my finger at Donald Trump for saying quiet piggy. You're not getting that from me. You're not getting that from me. Thank you for your attention to this matter. That's it.
It's fine with me. As long as you don't say it to me.
The verdict is in. Catherine Lucy is a piggy. Okay? Thank you.
If Sean calls me piggy, though,
we're not going to call Brennan piggy. That's not going to happen.
Give him the old one, too.
That's not. Members of the media, right? Members of the media. All right? Members of the media. That's it. Lean into it. Have fun. And I made a post this morning on X about the quiet piggy thing because I think this little piggy went to market may have to be a video. If, of course, I have time to do that today because let me tell you something. There's not enough time in the day to do things. Fun things. Listen, I said I'm supposed to be upset that Trump said quiet piggy to a reporter. I'm not upset at all. I think it's hilarious. And you do too, even if you won't admit it. I know you think it's funny. If you're on the left or the right or the middle, you think it's disgusting. Let me get a couple drinks in you. You'll laugh. You'll laugh. Drunken words are sober thoughts. We all know that. All right, let's get to a word from our friends over at OFP Farms. Now, they have a farm. I don't think they have pigs. They have goats, right? Donald Trump is the goat. This woman is a pig. OFPfarms.com, OFPfarms.com, Oscar Foxtrot, PapaFarms.com. Explore the wonderful quality of Faith Farm and Freedom products with a special limited time 15% discount on your entire purchase. Take a peek at the lineup from OFP Farms. They are America's go-to soap company, famous for natural ingredients, the skin-loving perks of tallow and goat milk, and a big heart for farm-to-family skincare. Now, whether you're looking for gentle skincare or thoughtful gifts, that's the best part. You can get, gentle, the skincare. I'm using, I ran out of my Yuki yesterday, Goat Kisses Lip Balm. So now I've got this caramel and cocoa. This is unbelievable.
That sounds kind of like festive.
This is, I actually just want to crank it and just eat it. Here, caramel and cocoa, Goat Kisses Lip Balm. It tastes like it's like hot chocolate.
Oh, it reminds me of Tootsie Roll.
Yeah, it's a Tootsie Roll, not Operation Tootsie Roll.
No,
that's when Joe Biden sharded himself at the Vatican. This is here, Operation Goat Kisses. Whether you're looking for gentle skincare or thoughtful gifts, these products bring together expert care and good values to make your daily routine better. I mean, you can put Tootsie Roll all over your lips. I don't want to say Tootsie Roll sounds like we're talking about Dookie. We don't want to do that.
The candy.
The candy Tootsie Roll. Do not miss this chance to enjoy premium products that support your health and ethical choices for your entire family. The Goat Kisses Lip Balm is the best lip balm in the market, in the game. It's the best. Nobody does or has a better lip balm. I used to be a chapstick addict. I'm no longer a chapstick addict because they are owned by Pfizer, and we have friends, OFP Farms, who make a better product. So check it out at OFPfarms.com. It's Oscar Foxtrot PapaFarms.com, OFPfarms.com. Use the promo code Sean, SHAWN, for 15% off, and you will be very happy that you did. Great gift ideas. You've got the holidays right around the corner. You see the goat there with the little Santa elf hat right there. So that is OFPfarms.com, OFPfarms.com, OFP Oscar Foxtrot PapaFarms.com. Again, use the promo code SHAWN for 15% off of anything on the website, OFPfarms.com. Quiet Piggy. One more. Should we play it one more time? Let's just play it one more time and laugh. Can we just play it one more time and laugh one more time here?
Sir, if there's nothing incriminating in the file, sir, why are you acting as a...
Quiet Piggy. That's funny. Oh, you think that's funny? Is that a way to talk to somebody? Well, yeah, it's a way to talk to somebody. It may be a way to talk to somebody that you don't like. I think it's funny.
The left has said a lot worse.
That's what I'm saying. The left has called us, they have incited violence. They've called us fascists and Nazis and all sorts, nasty things. Really nasty. I'm supposed to be upset that he called somebody picky. Okay. What's fun?
I just saw the replay of the video.
Oh,
because I'm
Quiet
30
Piggy.
Seconds behind.
Quiet
He
Piggy.
looks like the OG Trump, too. I was saying that to Sean yesterday.
He looks dapper.
He looks dapper and young and handsome in
OG
that.
Trump. There
Look
you
at
go.
him.
He's always handsome. I'm always handsome. You know that. All right, folks, a word from our friends over at Silent. Let's face it, your phone is a tracking device. This is Silent, SLNT.com, SLNT.com. Between government agencies, big tech, corporate data brokers, even cyber criminals, all of them are fighting for a piece of your digital footprint, and they're not asking. They just go and they take it. I don't like that. That's why Silent exists. Silent makes Faraday gear that blocks all wireless signals, including cellular, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, RFID, and near-field communications. No signal means no tracking, no remote access, and no breadcrumbs. This is the same technology that is trusted by special operations teams worldwide, used to block signals, avoid surveillance, and secure communications wherever the mission leads. And right now, that technology is available to you to protect your family, protect your freedom, and secure your digital footprint. Just drop your phone in a silent Faraday sleeve, and it is off the grid, completely silent and invisible to the outside world. From their backpacks to their sleeves to their cross bodies, Silent's patented technology gives you control of your privacy. Visit slnt.com/Sean to save 15% and get free shipping on qualifying orders. That is silent.com, SLNT.com/Sean. Protect your rights, secure your data, and stay one step ahead. Silent.com and silence! Whoa. Silence! Whoa. The chaos. Today, Beekeeper's Natural. I had a river of gross going down the back of my throat this morning.
A river of gross.
It was like a cascading waterfall of post-nasal
That's
drip.
one of the first things he said to me this morning.
I've got a river of gross. I was like, when I got a river of gross pouring down the back of my throat. It's
okay, good morning to you, too.
post-nasal drip. Disgusting. Stop talking about it. That's disgusting. Okay. Before we get into all the Epstein stuff, because there was a lot of fallout yesterday, and I think it's about to get a whole lot worse for the Democrats. Did they step? What do you think, folks?
What?
Do you think the Democrats stepped into a huge pile of doo-doo with the Epstein Files? I think they did. If the early fallout with whether it's Stacey Plaskett or Hakeem Jeffries, Brooklyn's Barack. Oh, no. Peso store Obama.
Dollar stuff.
Okay, dollar stuff. Do you think the Democrats stepped into a huge pile of dookie? You want to talk about Operation Tootsie Roll? This is Operation too many Charleston chews. It's just right. They just walked around. They were like, Trump's in the Epstein Files, and now they're knee deep in crap. I think they stepped in a huge pile of crap. Right, big, very big. You know that scene from Jurassic Park where Jeff Goldblum, they go, that is one big pile of shh.
Oh, yeah.
That is one big pile of Captain Shitties, right? That's right, right? I think they stepped in poop. Big dookie. I think it was bad. I want to play for you, though, before we do that, a little more from Scott Jennings on Marjorie Taylor Greene. He was on with Dana Loesch, whatever her name is. Not Dana Bash. She's on The First. She's pretty good. Dana Loesch. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. Anyway. But Scott Jennings was on with her yesterday on her show on The First. And, he's got a book out. And he explained kind of the dynamic between Donald Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene. And I think it's very important to listen to what Scott Jennings says here. And this is the truth. This is the dynamic at play. Watch.
You talked about Marjorie Taylor Greene. We were talking about some of the people who've been critical of Trump. I'm worried that there are some who are going to try to do these like soft broadsides against POTUS as he gets closer and closer towards the end of his second term. And I'm kind of wondering if that's not what some of this is. I've seen Marjorie Taylor Greene referred to as Marjorie Cheney Greene, which, kind of funny. But I wanted to get your thoughts on this because I'm trying to figure out why she's so upset with him other than the fact that he won't endorse her for the Senate race.
Look, I met with the president in the Oval Office yesterday. I gave him a copy of my book, by the way, and signed one for him, and he signed one for me, and that was fun. But we talked about Marjorie Taylor Greene. And bottom line is, back in the summer, she wanted to run for statewide office in Georgia. He heard about it. He saw a poll. He sent her the poll. The poll said she was going to get humiliated. She was down 20 points to John Ossoff. He didn't hurt her publicly. He did it discreetly. He did it privately, but he was giving her information. He was trying to do her a favor. And since that moment, she has opposed him on the Middle East. She opposed him on taking out the Iran nukes. She's opposed him on deportation. She's gone on The View and attacked Donald Trump. I mean, she is following the well-worn path. And you know the rule, Dana. The easiest way to get on television in Washington, D.C. as a Republican is to crap on Trump and crap on your own party. And that's what Marjorie Taylor Greene is doing right now after he has made her. She's nothing without Donald Trump. All because he tried to do her a favor and save her and the Republican Party from a humiliation in Georgia. That's it. She's become a policy and a political opponent of the president. And it's sad, and I wish she wouldn't. But, of course, we've seen a lot of Republicans do that over the years.
Yeah, I think Scott Jennings nailed it. By the way, did you catch that at the beginning where Scott Jennings was like, I gave the president a copy of my book and I signed a copy for him and he signed a copy for me? Do you... It's not even my book. And I said, it's not my book, but I'll sign a copy of your book for you too. That's a silly thing to do. That's only Trump can get away with that. Usually, like when I met Dan Bongino at a book signing, Dan signed a copy of Dan's book for me. Could you imagine? Did you the alpha move to take someone else's book and sign it and then give it back to that person?
He probably didn't even think about it like that.
Here, I'll sign a copy of your book for you too. That's just so silly. I think it's not bad. I just think it's funny. It's something that only Trump would do. I don't know anybody else who would for example, like if I met Scott Jennings, I would not think to sign a copy of Scott Jennings' book and give it back to Scott Jennings. Oh, I think that's funny. It is funny. It's nice. Yeah, I think it's funny. All right, here we go. Let's get to this. The Epstein Files. The House voted nearly unanimously to release the Epstein Files. This was what was called the Epstein Files Transparency Act. Okay. By the way, if I have some time at the end of the show, Chris Rose of West Virginia, this thing that he's trying to do, the Appeal to Heaven movement, it's kind of like what's going on out there with Idaho and Oregon, right? Where like Oregon's trying to secede. Yeah. I love this guy, Chris Rose. He's such a ball buster, and he's also doing really good work for West Virginia, especially the coal miners out there. He is great, and his story is great. So if we have time, I want to get to that because he sent me this post yesterday, and I was like, that's actually pretty cool. What was I looking for, though? Holy cow. I totally... Oh, Clay Higgins was the only Republican in the House who voted no on the Epstein Files Transparency Act. And again, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just going to read for you what he said and why he voted no. Okay? Representative Clay Higgins said, I have been a principled no on this bill from the beginning. What was wrong with the bill 3 months ago is still wrong today. It abandons 250 years of criminal justice procedure in America. As written, This bill reveals and injures thousands of innocent people, witnesses, people who provided alibis, family members, etc. If enacted in its current form, this type of broad reveal of criminal investigative files released to a rabid media will absolutely result in innocent people being hurt. Not by my vote. The Oversight Committee is conducting a thorough investigation that has already released over 60,000 pages of documents from the Epstein case. That effort will continue in a manner that provides all due protections for innocent Americans. If the Senate amends the bill to properly address privacy of victims and other Americans who are named but not criminally implicated, then I will vote for that bill when it comes back to the House. The Senate unanimously voted in favor of the Epstein Files Transparency Act as it arrived to the Senate, so they didn't have to send it back to the House. And that's Clay Higgins. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just saying I understand. I think I understand where he's coming from, and I like to make this analogy, this comparison, and just kind of, put this simply. Let's say you take your car to your mechanic. You need something, a new belt, a new alternator, whatever it might be. And your mechanic does that work for you, and you pay him the $1,000 or so that it costs to get the work done, whatever it is. And then you find out a year and a half later that your mechanic was busted for dealing meth, right? Just because you gave your mechanic money for service on your vehicle does not make you a meth head. Jeffrey Epstein obviously did more things than the nasty stuff that he did with underage girls. I'm not defending him, but there were people who were in his orbit who had no idea what was going on. And I don't want to see those innocent people hurt. And I think Clay Higgins is right to have that concern. Would that have caused me to vote no on the legislation? No, I wouldn't have. I want the files released, and I think we can do our best to encourage people to use discernment, which I know is a very, very foreign concept to many people these days. I wouldn't have voted no, but that's what Clay Higgins was saying, that there are innocent people who had nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein's pedophilia and his sex trafficking and all of that are going to be implicated by this, and I feel bad for them. I do. I feel bad for them, but that wouldn't have caused me to vote no. So... but just because your mechanic is a meth dealer, doesn't make you a meth head for using him to service your car. You understand what I'm saying? So the guilt by association is something that we're going to have to watch out for. And I caution everybody against running to that. If you see a name in these new Epstein files, a name of somebody who you may not like, do a little reading on it first. And make sure that they're criminally implicated before you start running around pointing fingers and smearing people is all I'm saying, right? That's all I'm saying. All right, the Epstein Files did pass the House nearly unanimously. They passed the Senate unanimously, and they will be signed. The White House has signaled it is going to sign the Epstein Files Transparency Act. The Department of Justice will be allowed to make redactions. I don't like redactions, but it is going to happen. And I already told you yesterday, wherever there is a redaction, you are going to see one of the grifters or somebody on the left who are also grifters come out and start saying, oh, that must be Donald Trump's name, or that must be a Jewish name, or that must be the Mossad connection, or that must be whatever it is that they want. If they don't get it, they're going to cry cover up. We know that. Here is Chuck Schumer yesterday in the Senate talking about the Epstein Files Transparency Act.
The Senate Act today. And so I ask unanimous consent that when the Senate receives H.R. 4405, the Epstein Files Transparency Act from the House, the Senate proceed to its immediate consideration, the bill be considered, read 3 times, and passed with no intervening action or debate, and the motion to reconsider be considered made and laid upon the table.
Is there an objection? Without objection, so ordered.
The Senate has now passed the Epstein bill as soon as it comes over from the House. I yield the floor.
Is it me, or does he kind of look a little nervous? I don't know. Maybe I'm kind of reading into it and seeing what I want to see. I'm biased. I'll admit it. Does he look a little nervous? Guys, we all know that Epstein had a better relationship with mainstream Democrats than he did with Republicans. We all know that Jeffrey Epstein was heavily involved with the Democrats. Big time. Why don't we start with the representative from the U.S. Virgin Islands. Yes, they have a representative in the House. She does not vote, but she caucuses with. She's a Democrat. Stacey Plaskett. Stacey Plaskett. Actually, no, she's not the whistler. It's not. Stacey Plaskett. Did you guys hear about these texts? I heard it on Wilcow a couple of days ago. Winky, wink, winky with the greatest comment. Dude, Schumer is shitting. You guys are going to make Captain Shitties like the best meme on the internet, I think. It's great. He's shitting himself. Is salsa coming out of his rear end? Is that what's going on? Okay. I hope not. He's got a lot of problems. You know why he might be shitting himself? Because he puts cheese on a raw burger and serves it to people. That might be why he has the shids. Anyway, this is funny. This is great. Stacey Plaskett, during a congressional hearing, I believe it was in 2000. When was it? The congressional hearing. Stacey Plaskett. She was at in a congressional hearing regarding Michael Cohen, Trump's former lawyer. Stacey Plaskett was communicating directly with Jeffrey Epstein in 2019 during a congressional hearing. She was getting ready to question Michael Cohen and was asking Jeffrey Epstein for advice and tips and was getting coached. B-Hops1. Thank you for the raid, my friend. Thank you for the raid. They're raiding us, folks. B-Hops. We love B-Hops. Let's say hello to all the hoppers, right? All the hoppers. B-Hops1. We love you. Great people. The hoppers are here. Look at these hoppers. They're hopping Schneider. Great people. Tremendous people. Let's get into these texts, shall we? This is some fascinating stuff. The Democrats' X account ran with the ridiculous theory and story that Trump spent Thanksgiving 2017 with Jeffrey Epstein. Let's see, Brennan. On Thanksgiving in 2017.
Oh, no. That's a long time ago.
What do you think Donald Trump was doing?
2017?
Mm-hmm. What job did he have in 2017?
Well, he was the president.
Oh, my goodness. So the Democrats ran this story that on Thanksgiving in 2017, Donald Trump was with Jeffrey Epstein. He was. That's funny because he was the president of the United States and every single movement that the president makes is tracked. He was not with Jeffrey Epstein on 2017.
Pardoning a turkey.
Yeah, he was probably pardoning a turkey. He was actually visiting military members and with his family. The Democrats' account deleted that tweet that they posted. Whoops, sorry. The Washington Post, of all people, WAPO, dropped a whopper. That Epstein appeared to have been communicating with Democrat delegate Stacey Plaskett, the non-voting delegate from the Virgin Islands, during a congressional hearing in February of 2019. So this would have been well after the allegations about Epstein were all over the news, and he was a known convicted sex offender. The Virgin Islands is where Epstein's infamous island, Little St. James, is at. The name was redacted in the comments. I wonder why, but the Washington Post was able to figure out who it was by comparing the text to the action at the hearing. The hearing involved Democrats trying to go after Trump for the umpteenth time by questioning Michael Cohen, his former attorney. Epstein appeared to be feeding her information to influence her questioning. They matched up the timestamps on the texts that were released and the video of the hearing so you can read what he was communicating while the hearing was in progress. Actually, we've got it here. I didn't realize that this video was made public in this form. I will play this for you. It's 1 minute and 32 seconds. Let's go over to that. We'll go over to X and we will let's play this for you right here. You ready? This is some very, very interesting stuff. Take a look. Here you go.
Admin said there's no sound.
And other individuals, Ms. Rona. Who are those individuals? Are they with the Trump Organization?
They are.
Are there other people that we should be meeting with?
So, Alan Weisselberg is the chief financial officer.
You got to quickly give us as many names as you can so we can get to them.
Yes, ma'am.
Is Ms. Rona, what is Ms. Rona's position?
Rona Graff is Mr. Trump's executive assistant.
And would she be able to corroborate many of the statements that you've made here?
Yes, her office is directly next to his, and she's involved in a lot that went on.
Luckily, the parts that I forgot to unmute were not necessarily that important, but you saw that there were texts and then there were direct questions. So it was Stacey Plaskett who was texting with Jeffrey Epstein right before she questioned Michael Cohen. Quick, I'm up next. Give me something to say. This is look, if Donald Trump asked Jeffrey Epstein, what do you want for dinner tonight, Jeff? Something complete. They would make a huge deal out of it. Here is Stacey Plaskett's excuse and reason for texting with Jeffrey Epstein on that day.
And I got a text from Jeffrey Epstein, who at the time was my constituent.
My constituent.
Who was not public knowledge at that time that he was under federal investigation, and who was sharing information with me.
Okay. Yes, I guess you could say technically that he was her constituent because he had property in the U.S. Virgin Islands. So, yeah, you could say that. It was not known that he was under federal investigation. But what was known was in 2008, he pled guilty for soliciting prostitution from a minor. Now, it wasn't known he was under investigation. But it was known that he was a sicko. Now, listen, I don't care. You want to talk to your constituents? I don't care. But if you know one of your constituents essentially pled guilty to pedophilia, maybe you don't want to be communicating with that person. Maybe find somebody better to communicate with. No. Everything, the ends justify the means, right? Everything is okay as long as you're trying to get Trump. Violence is okay if you're trying to get Trump. Lying is okay if you're trying to get Trump. Slander is okay if you're trying to get Trump. Deceptive editing is okay if you're trying to get Trump. And so is being coached on how you handle congressional hearings by a pedophile. That's fine, as long as you're trying to get Trump. Here's Jamie Raskin. Speak calls him Jamie Ratskin. Here's Jamie Raskin. This is the line of defense of the Stacey Plaskett text. Watch this.
Well, they want to give them another headline, which is that they've arraigned a Democratic member for taking a phone call from her constituent, Jeffrey Epstein, in the middle of a hearing. And of course, I don't think there's any rule here against taking phone calls in a hearing. Now, if you want to actually give her the chance to explain what happened, then we would take it to the Ethics Committee. I still don't see what the charge is. Where is the ethical transgression? Where is the legal transgression? Are you saying anybody on your side of the aisle who had a phone call with Jeffrey Epstein should be censured? Be careful your answer there, because there's a lot more that's about to come out, right? So you should think about what is the principle behind this rush to judgment. I want to close just with this thought, because I know there were a lot of people in the chamber who were here when this happened and a lot who weren't.
Enough. Enough. Oh, so now it's just a phone call with a constituent. Got it. So when Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump are shown in pictures, it's why is Donald Trump in a picture with a pedophile? When he calls Democrats, he's a constituent. Do you see how this works? When Democrats are implicated and associated with Jeffrey Epstein, he's just a constituent. He's just a person, a citizen. What's wrong with associating with the people? When Donald Trump is in a picture with Jeffrey Epstein or is mentioned in an email from Jeffrey Epstein, why is Donald Trump being talked about by some pedophile? Okay, so he's only a pedophile when he's talking about Trump. Got it. Okay. I thought we cared about the victims. We don't. We do, but the Democrats don't care about the victims. All right. I want to show you on on the other side of this, Hakeem Jeffries, dollar store, peso store. Okay. All right, okay. But before we do that, I want to talk to you about, we have Jeffries who dodged the question about Stacey Plaskett. Oh, and by the way, Hakeem Jeffries, he's in a little bit of hot water over this, Jeffrey. I think they stepped in a huge pile of sugar honey iced tea. A huge pile of sugar honey iced tea. Jeffrey Epstein is in some trouble here. Not Jeffrey Epstein. Hakeem Jeffries is in some trouble here. Jeffrey Epstein, he dead. He gone. This is your favorite president, President Donald J. Trump, and I'm here to tell you about our good friends at Old Glory Bank. They are the premier bank for faith and freedom. You've heard me talk about how the big crooked banks debanked me and our beautiful First Lady. Following the rigged election, it was so rigged in 2020. Thankfully, there's a bank that loves your favorite president as much as I love your favorite president. Old Glory Bank. They don't debank Americans who love their country and honor the Constitution. That's right. You've heard me talk about Old Glory Bank. Old Glory Bank is America's best online bank that serves customers and small businesses in all 50 states. I'm a customer. My wife is a customer. They have everything you need to bank online, including free accounts, free overdraft protection, early direct deposit, home loans, VA loans, and business loans. That is why Old Glory Bank quickly grew from $10 million to over $225 million in deposits. Your money is your business. Open an account today in minutes at oldglorybank.com and join the right side of banking. Oldglorybank.com, oldglorybank.com. Folks, it takes like 5 to 7 minutes to open up an account there at Old Glory Bank. So check it out. You're going to love it. Free account. Open it up. oldglorybank.com. Next up, you know what it's time for. You know what it's time for. We talked about the Democrats stepping into a big old pile of sugar honey iced tea. It's time to talk about my favorite salsa. Captain Shitty's salsa. CaptainShitties.com as the website loads. CaptainShitties.com. Folks, I want you to explore and experience the vibrant, sun-soaked flavors of the Southwest with this delicious salsa. Crafted with a meticulous blend of farm-fresh ingredients. There are no shortcuts here, just vine-ripened tomatoes, crisp onions, a medley of zesty peppers, and a perfectly balanced spice blend that delivers an irresistible kick. This is a salsa for the flavor enthusiast. Its robust, chunky texture makes it the ideal companion for endless culinary adventures. Use it to transform simple tortilla chips into an extraordinary snack. Layer it onto sizzling carnitas tacos for an instant upgrade. Mix it into your morning scrambled eggs or use it as a dynamic marinade for grilled chicken. The complex, layered flavors, my mouth is watering, offer a perfect balance of heat and savory depth that mass-produced alternatives simply cannot match. Stop settling for bland dips and watery sauces. Seize bold flavor and truly elevate your next meal or gathering. Discover the genuine taste of the Southwest, where every bite is an authentic explosion of flavors at CaptainShitties.com. Captain Shitty Salsa. Head over to CaptainShitties.com. You'll have a shitty time, my shitheads. Head over to CaptainShitties.com. 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 Here is Hakeem Jeffries. We call him El Hakima. Little Hefe. He's got a tiny teepee. Remember that? A very tiny teepee. Hakeem Jeffries was being questioned by the Scott Pressler lookalike, Caitlin Collins, on CNN. Ironically, she kind of pushed him a little bit on the Stacey Plaskett. What is a member of the Democrat caucus in the House doing getting texts from Jeffrey Epstein? And he dollar-stowed his way out of that response. Take a look.
For being here. Obviously, a lot of movement up on Capitol Hill today. And you heard Stacey Plaskett there. She was arguing her texts with Jeffrey Epstein were not illegal. But in your view, were they appropriate?
Well, Stacey Plaskett is not accused of violating any House rule, any law, any statute, and she's clearly and unequivocally denounced Jeffrey Epstein. And I think what the survivors fought for today is the type of transparency that came out of the House, went through the Senate, and is now on its way to Donald Trump's desk, where hopefully he'll sign it into law, because at the end of the day, all the American people are asking for is just the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, which is why these Epstein files that Donald Trump and his administration has been hiding for months need to be released.
But do you think it was appropriate for her to be texting with Jeffrey Epstein 11 years after he pleaded guilty?
I mean, I have not had a conversation with Stacey Plaskett to discuss this issue because we've been focused today on making sure that there was a decisive vote as it related to the Epstein Files and the release. I'm thankful for the work of Representative Massey, of Ro Khanna, but most importantly, the survivors.
Do you plan to talk to her about it?
I think that we successfully defeated a resolution that lacked any basis, was not credible, and was being brought by an individual who was trying to weaponize this issue to reinvigorate his own failed gubernatorial campaign in South Carolina. It was rejected on a bipartisan basis on the floor today. That's the end of the story.
Yeah, I was just asking if you personally believe messaging with Jeffrey Epstein, who is at that point a registered...
Well, Caitlin, he's not going to answer the question, Caitlin. Stop being so nice, Caitlin. He's not going to date you, okay? Wouldn't this be interesting? I started doing some searches on some of my favorite conservative, websites.
Mm-hmm.
Not only did Stacey Plaskett text Jeffrey Epstein during a congressional hearing, but from 2023, House Democrat Stacey Plaskett took campaign money from Jeffrey Epstein after his conviction of soliciting prostitution of a minor. Gross. And this is a no-name Democrat in the House. And I would say Hakeem Jeffries is a pretty important Democrat in the House, wouldn't you say? Speaker, potentially. Well, not speaker. Minority leader right now. Hopefully he doesn't become speaker. Hakeem Jeffries. He leads the Democrat caucus in the House. This is interesting from Oversight Committee Chair, I think he's the Oversight Committee Chair, James Comer, talking about something that Hakeem Jeffries was involved in regarding Jeffrey Epstein as well. Take a look.
Colleagues' coordination with Epstein. Another email shows Democrat fundraisers invited Epstein to an event or to meet privately with Hakeem Jeffries as part of their 2013 effort to win a majority. So Hakeem Jeffries' campaign solicited money from Jeffrey Epstein. That's what we found in the last document batch. The files underscore why former President Trump must appear for his deposition. We've subpoenaed him. To date, the Democrats have done nothing to help us secure his appearance. I support full transparency. The Oversight Committee will continue to work to get the truth to the American people and to get justice for the victims. That's our goal of this investigation. With that, I yield back.
The gentleman yields back.
Yeah, wait a second. Wait, whoa. Hakeem Jeffries did what? Wait, he solicited money from Jeffrey Epstein? Wait, what? Oh, did you see this beauty yesterday? Did you see this beauty of an email yesterday? From Leslie Groff, sent May 7th, 2013, 5:55 p.m. and 30 seconds. To Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, what? JEEvacation@gmail.com. Importance, high. From Lisa Rossi, May 7th, to Jeffrey Epstein. Dear Jeffrey, that's nice. Dear Jeffrey, we are thrilled to announce that we're working with Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, one of the rising stars in the New York congressional delegation, sometimes referred to as Brooklyn's Barack. Now we refer to him as what? Dollar Store. Peso Store Obama. He's a staunch supporter of President Obama and a progressive voice for the people of New York City. New York One TV network did a profile piece about his work on the vitally important budget and judiciary committees in Washington. You can watch the video here or read the text below. Hakeem is committed to electing a Democratic majority in 2014 and is encouraging his friends to participate in the DCCC or the DSCC fundraising dinner with President Obama this coming Monday night. Shoot us an email or give us a call if you would like to get involved with the dinner or would like to get an opportunity to get to know Hakeem better. He is an impressive guy and who will be a progressive voice in New York politics for years to come. Please, Jeffrey, right? This is the email. I'm obviously paraphrasing now. Please, Jeffrey, please come to this fundraiser. Please donate your money. Please support Hakeem Jeffries. Wait a second. What year was that from? 2013. Oh, you don't say. 2013, you say. Okay. What year was Jeffrey Epstein convicted and did he plead guilty to soliciting prostitution from a minor? 2008. So why is Hakeem Jeffries begging for Jeffrey Epstein's money 5 years after Jeffrey Epstein admitted to soliciting prostitution from a minor? Why is that happening? Why is that happening? Does anybody want to ask that question? Does anybody have a good answer to that question? Why did Hakeem just so let's back it up a little bit. Donald Trump is in a picture with Jeffrey Epstein before he found out that Epstein was into all sorts of nasty stuff, and we're told that is it. That is the truth. That is the proof that we need. That Donald Trump, he went to the island and he did all this nasty stuff and he was, into minors. That's what we were told, right? Meanwhile, you have Hakeem Jeffries begging for Epstein's money for a fundraiser for the entire Democrat Senate and Congressional caucus leading into the midterms in Obama's second term. And it's like, oh, that's okay. He's just, remember, Epstein is just a constituent. He's just an American when he's not talking to Donald Trump. When he's talking to Donald Trump, he's the worst person on planet Earth. Ooh, I think that there's going to be a lot of problems that come from this for the Democrats. I really do. That's why I want there to be the least amount of redactions. You had Donald Trump saying he's not afraid of signing the Epstein file release bill. He's not hiding anything. Schumer's what is he hiding? Remember this?
Okay.
Senator, on that note, just I guess a question that's out there. Why wouldn't they have been released the last 4 years when President Biden was in office?
Well, that's the question every American is asking. Not every American, but so many Americans are asking. What the hell is he hiding? Why doesn't he want them released?
He's not hiding anything. He's going to sign the bill. Trump's not hiding anything. I think they're in big trouble. I think they saw, and this is the hoax that Donald Trump is talking about when he says that, Epstein is a Democrat hoax. The Democrats were never interested, not once, not ever, in anything relating to Jeffrey Epstein while Obama was president, while Trump was president in his first term, while Biden was president after that. They were not interested in the slightest. They looked and they saw, they got a little taste of some red meat. They smelled a little bit of blood in the water because of, and I admit it, this administration badly fumbled the issue. If you've been watching the show since the beginning of the year, you know that the one thing that I got really, really upset about, there were two things this administration did that I got really, really upset about. Three things, really. Endorsing Lindsey Graham, which is, whatever. I don't like it. I'm never going to like it. You're never going to sell me on it. I understand why he does it. I don't like it. The exceptions in mass deportations, which we made a huge deal about on this show and on X, and within 3 or 4 days, because of all the noise, I think, on social media, the White House said, it was way too much blood. Let's get that rule out of there. And the handling of the Epstein files. The binder thing, which I don't think was Trump's idea, that was Bondi's idea, was a mess, a total mess. Total mess. And I said after that was a bad day for Pam Bondi. Let's give her a little bit of time. Then July 6th, that memo comes out. The way she handled it, I thought was fireable. I would have gotten rid of her. Trump gave her a little bit of a longer leash. We disagree there. Fine. But it is important to understand that the Democrats never once, not ever, ever, ever cared about Jeffrey Epstein until the administration fumbled this case. Then they felt like, well, why don't we just pick this ball up and run with it, see how far we can get? And they ran pretty far. And they made a huge stink about it. I mean, maybe they just don't think they're going to be implicated. Maybe they're not implicated. Maybe they are implicated and they just walked into a huge trap. If the Jeffries and Plaskett texts and emails and communications and those stories that just came out, if they are any indication of how this is going to go, it's going to go very badly for the Democrats. Larry Summers, who Donald Trump continued to mention, and his association with Jeffrey Epstein. Larry Summers just resigned from the board of OpenAI. What does he know? What is he afraid of that's about to come out? I don't know. But I'm certainly excited for it. And I think the good part about this now is we're all on the same page. The files are going to come out. We all want them to come out. Nobody wanted them to stay hidden. I wanted them to come out. I want as much transparency as possible. Let's see what happens. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. All right. Quick break. I'm going to talk to you about our friends over at goldencrestmetals.com/LFA. And then, then I'm going to show you something that Joy Reid said. So get your glasses ready because Joy Reid's back. And it's not what you think. I'll say that. It's not what you think. But first, a word from our friends at goldencrestmetals.com/LFA.
Hey everybody, Jeremy Harrell here. Look, I want to talk to you a little bit about gold and silver. When I was a kid, I always wondered what Fort Knox must look like. And when I was a kid, I always envisioned that when you would walk into Fort Knox, you would see just gold everywhere, literally raining gold, kind of like what you see behind me right now. Unfortunately, as a grown-up, I don't have that kind of imagination anymore, and I don't even have that much trust that Fort Knox has the 5,000 tons of gold that we're supposed to have there. Meaning that decades ago, we went off the gold standard in this country, which took the value of our dollar down to just mere pennies. And since our federal government doesn't want to go back to a gold standard currency, then it's time to us to take matters into our own hands. Have you ever thought about buying gold and silver? Have you ever thought about taking portions of your IRA or your 401k or your nest egg or your savings and putting it into gold and silver, either all or a portion of it? Have you ever wanted to purchase silver like this in bullion or premium? I know I do. And I know I wanted to take matters back into my own hands, which is why I have worked with Golden Crest Metals to do that. GoldenCrestMetals.com/LFA is going to be your go-to, absolutely transparent and trusted partner. Now, you can go to that website or you can call 888-308-4202. And what the good thing about this is they're going to guide you. They're going to talk to you. They're going to guide you. They're going to give you all the answers to your questions. And there's going to be no hidden fees. It's completely transparent. No hidden fees. No pressure, no surprise markups whatsoever. Clients get to see everything before they purchase. They've even agreed to lower the minimum investment to the LFA audience in order to make sure that everybody has access to this. Free IRA storage, free insured shipping, and a full range of precious metals from gold, silver, palladium, and platinum. And if it's easier for you to just maybe click a QR code, well, guess what? We've got that available for you too. Right here, ladies and gentlemen. Click this QR code on your screen and it'll take you right there. GoldenCrestMetals.com/LFA. Again, GoldenCrestMetals.com/LFA, or call 888-308-4202 today to reach these guys. They're going to be a great partner for you, just as they have been for me, and we absolutely recommend here at LFA TV, GoldenCrestMetals.com/LFA.
It is goldencrestmetals.com/LFA. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, goldencrestmetals.com/LFA for being a part of the show. We greatly appreciate it. All right. Glasses out. Anybody not know what the glasses are? These are the patented 2024 Eclipse, the April 9th. Was it April? No, April 8th. April 8th, 2024.
Drake's birthday.
The Eclipse glasses. These are the Eclipse glasses. And we say, we haven't worn them in a while because I haven't played a lot of Joy Reid in a while. We put them on because these are the Joy Reid safety glasses, because obviously prolonged exposure to Joy Reid can cause explosive diarrhea, suicidal thoughts, vomiting, itching of the skin or face, and burning and detachment of the retinas. Joy Reid said something very interesting, so put the glasses on if you have them. You're not going to believe, actually, what Joy Reid said. Listen.
There would be women walking around. I'm talking about women walking around with their boobies dangling, swinging in the breeze. And it's not even like perky boobies, just boobies drooping to their knees. They're kicking their boobies down the street and then want to walk up and have a conversation with you. And I'm like, don't walk up to me with no clothes on and talk to me. I don't want to talk to you. I would be disturbed. I'm telling you, I would be alarmed. I'm alarmed enough when I see a woman with her dangling boobies. Yeah. If I saw a penis in the ladies' locker room, I would freak out too.
I don't. I
This
would
is
too.
just. This is just. I mean, this is nothing against trans anybody. What it's saying is, if I turn around and I see a pee-pee, a penis in front of me inside of the room.
Yeah.
I would probably go to management and say, wait a minute, why is there a naked man in this room? Because just the world we live in, just from a safety standpoint and just from from a privacy standpoint.
Oh my goodness. She said what? Oh, so when she says it, she goes, this is nothing about trans people. Well, how else do ding-dongs get in the ladies' room?
Ding-dong.
Come on. I don't know.
A schlong comes rolling in.
Schlong just comes, dangling in. We've been saying this for years, and Joy Reid's like, transphobic, fascist, Nazi. Quiet Piggy. We've been saying that for years, all right? Quiet Piggy's the new I don't really care, Margaret. I demand an LFA TV shirt with Quiet Piggy on it. All right, let's get to a quick word from our friends at tryarmor.com/LFA TV. It's try, T-R-Y, ARMRA.com/LFA TV. You know, I'm always on the lookout for ways to strengthen my immunity, my gut health, and improve my fitness and metabolism. And that is what Armor Colostrum can do for you and more. Colostrum is the first nutrition that we receive in life and contains all the essential nutrients that our bodies need in order to thrive. It can help reactivate your hair growth and help your skin glow. It can help fortify your gut health and ignite your metabolism. And it can help fuel your fitness performance and recovery. Check it out at tryarmor.com/LFA TV. If you go to tryarmor, TRYARMRA.com/LFA TV, you will get 15% off of your entire purchase. If it's your first order. That's tryarmra.com, tryarmor.com/LFA TV. We got Mo. You thought I was going to hold out on you. You got Mo. I don't know how this became OnlyFans. People are like, Sean's got to start stripping.
It's desperate times.
No, he's not going to do it. But if we're going to be stingy with our likes, I'm going to move the goalposts. So that's it. If we're going to be stingy, we're going to make Mo. We're going to hold him hostage.
I tried, guys.
But there you go.
We won't be seeing Sean shaking his
the dangling boobies as Joy Reid said. I wonder what Joy Reid thinks about Kathy Hochul. Stick them up. Stick them up. She robbing banks every time she walks into a bank. It's just a stick up. The Botox. The Bucktooth Botox Booby Bandit of Buffalo. Thank you so much, everybody who watched and listened. We appreciate it. Stick around. Live from America is coming up next right here on LFA TV. Head over to the LFA TV store. It's LFATV.us, the LFA TV website. LFATV.us, LFATV.us, LFATV.us. You see the website loading. It's a beautiful website, isn't it? Great. Click on that LFA TV store tab. Scroll down over to the right-hand side. Hit the Visit the Store button, and you will see all of there is to offer here at the LFA TV store. Some great holiday ideas. We are a month and 6 days away from Christmas, so check it out. LFATV.us. There's something for everybody here. And look at that. There's the I Don't Really Care Margaret shirt. I need a Quiet Piggy shirt. And I know a guy who's doing some shirt things right now. Would you buy a Quiet Piggy shirt? Let's see what happens. LFATV.us, LFATV.us, LFATV.us. As our favorite president would say, we will never give up, we will never give in, and we will never ever surrender. And if all else fails, we'll just become ungovernable. Thank you. God bless you. God bless this one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. I'm on with Misfit later, 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern Time. We should not have as many technical problems as we did last week, but even when we have those problems, we still put the show on. It'll be a lot of fun, Misfit later. Thanks a lot for watching and listening. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place, rumble.com/LFA TV. At 10 a.m. Eastern Time. In the words of John Fetterman, good night, everybody, even though it's the morning. Bang gavel, and thank you for your attention to this matter.